2024 is coming to a close and my goodness, time flies. I literally remember how I lost my phone at January 1st like it was yesterday, and now it's December. It's insane. Regardless, so much things happened just in a space of 12 months. This year alone will definitely be one of those years that will be remembered by everyone. So I thought it would be fun to look back and uncover everything that happened this year that we care about from January to December, which includes pop culture, to major events, to social media trends and even memes. So sit back, relax and grab a snack, as this is the case of 2024. 2024 started off with Cat Williams appearing on the Shannon Sharp podcast, and this podcast took over the internet. It was crazy. This guy just exposed Hollywood and the music industry so casually in a cozy living room. Like, he just sits there exposing the truth about some celebrities with such laid-back energy. Many people didn't like that interview. They tried to cancel him, but turns out that interview aged like fine wine. Elon Musk's Neuralink has actually put its first brain chips into a human. This Neuralink chip thing is horrifying in my opinion. Imagine getting an unskippable ad in your brain every 30 minutes. Nah, I'm good. The Stanley and Starbucks cup was the one cup that everyone wanted for some reason. Like, people will go to stores and literally fight for this cup. Oh goodness, the resellers and the dropshippers had a field day with this one, I can't even lie. We've also seen a surge of YouTubers quitting this year, and the prominent ones that quit was MatPat from The Game Theorist and Tom Scott. I personally haven't watched these YouTubers, but I think them being missed by many to this day is an understatement, as they have kept millions educated and entertained throughout the years, and their work will live on forever. The aliens are back on Earth. However, this time they decided to land in Miami, Florida. However, in reality, it was just police getting called after kids were just lighting up fireworks on each other. The internet will literally see anything and conspire that aliens live on Earth. This is why aliens would never visit us, dog. The Island Man was back in the headlines. The Island Man's court documents were released to the public. The court documents reference high-profile figures like Prince Andrew, Donald Trump, Bill Clinton and Stephen Hawking, all being implicated with the Island Man. However, none of these figures mentioned were ever accused of any wrongdoings. The internet just framed it in a way where all of them were all involved with the Island Man's devious activities. Some would go as far as to fake the documents talking about how Stephen Hawking likes to watch minors solve math equations. You guys are too much. The YouTuber Verbally, known for his cartoon beatbox battles, spends $50K for a 3-minute animated music video in which he gets seduced by the character Charlie Morningstar from the Has Been Hotel series. The worst part is, it's alleged that the transaction made him go bankrupt. He got tired of beatboxing, so I guess he started beat meeting. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, the woman involved with deleting her own mother along with a man named Nicholas, was released from prison after 7-8 years. But the moment she got released from prison, she became a celebrity and went on a media press tour. The internet finds her story very interesting from other cases. When her mother was alive, she was mistreating her very extremely, so it's just one of them complicated ones, bruh. Elton John becomes an EGOT with his Emmy win, joining an elite group of people in entertainment. The Suicide Squad game was released this month, and it's safe to say that that game never failed to disappoint. Speaking of game releases, Power World also released this month, and it became popular because it was basically a Pokemon clone but with guns. Not a particularly great way to base your game off long term, is it? And the biggest meme that came out of this month is the Ninja Low tape fade. Now let's move on to February 2024. The second month started off with the Super Bowl occurring, and of course the Chiefs win again this year. Who remembers that Willy Wonka experience? That event was a complete disaster and quite frankly a scam. The individual responsible for promoting the Willy Wonka experience sold tickets on the notion that the Willy Wonka experience would create the colorful candy scene from the movie. But when fans arrived, it was anything but what the pictures promoted it looked like. My man Faro used AI generated text and images to promote the event, and then proceeded to hire actors last minute and provide AI generated scripts for them to work with. It was no wonder the experience was a complete failure. Joe Rogan signed a Spotify deal worth $250 million, becoming the most expensive podcast deal in history. Yeah, that guy is eating and swallowing for real. Drake flexing his meat in the mirror got leaked. How does Drake sleep at night knowing everyone has seen his meat? If I was in his shoes, I would have just given up. The popular YouTuber 2Mad dies, and the masses had mixed feelings. Some couldn't believe it and were devastated, but on the other side of the spectrum, people were celebrating his death because he was accused of being a rapist and a PDF file. He passed away due to an overdose while also playing Overwatch. Apple finally released their brand new long-awaited game-changing product, the Apple Vision Pro, a VR headset that allows users to interact with digital media and the real world through physical inputs like eye tracking, speech recognition, and motion gestures. We truly went from Nokia bricks to VR headsets. It just gets to show that tech is evolving at an alarming rate, either for the better or for the worse. Kanye dropped his highly anticipated album, Vulture's Run. And when I sat down and listened to this album, it made me realize that Kanye isn't really Kanye anymore. Ye unintentionally ruined his perfect discography. He should have just ended it with Donda, man. Carnival was the only good song on the album, but of course TikTok had to ruin it. Taylor Swift's Midnight wins Album of the Year 2023 at the Grammys 2024. Did she deserve it? Up for debate, but the Swifties needs to stop comparing her motion to Michael Jackson's motion. She does not even come close. Stop doing that. It's actually low IQ comparison, if I'm being honest with you. And something bad happened to Taylor Swift, and no, it's not Kanye embarrassing her at the VMAs. It's that people are making and spreading very inappropriate AI images of Taylor Swift on the internet. This caused US politicians and lawmakers to prompt a US bill to tackle non-consensual deepfakes. A woman from London, England was at an Omalay concert and she decided to cheat on her boyfriend by dancing intimately with popular Afrobeats musician Omalay while her boyfriend watched. Now that's just diabolical behavior if you ask me. Pokemon ZA got announced, and this is an actual Pokemon game, not a cheat ripoff, Power World. Now some memes that were trending this February. Mr. Fresh, the side-eye cat. Mexican cartels liking Dragon Ball Z and the lock-in anime meme. Yes, lock-in, as we're going to move on to March. March 2024 started off with sad news as it was announced that Akira Toriyama sensei, the mastermind behind Dragon Ball, has unfortunately passed away at the age of 68 years old. He was regarded as one of, if not the greatest manga artist of all time, and his legacy will live on throughout the whole Dragon Ball franchise. Thank you, Akira sensei, for creating this masterpiece. May you rest in power. During this time, the infamous feud between the greatest rapper, lyricist, poet, scientist and innovator Kendrick Lamar started this month when Kendrick threw shots at Drake and J. Cole on the Like That song on Future and Metro Boomin's album We Don't Trust You, as a response to the Drake and J. Cole first-person shooter. He's saying, "What's the big three? It's just big me." See, what Kenny did there was that he sent a not so subliminal shot at both rappers, but the beef peaks at April and May, so lock in with me. However, since we're on the topic of music, Taylor Swift went on a tour known as the Eras Tour, which goes on to becoming the single highest grossing tour of all time, all thanks to Kanye. The Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, Maryland collapsed after being struck by a ship. That's horrible. My heart goes out to everyone that was on that bridge. Oppenheimer wins Best Picture at the 2024 Oscars, and they actually deserved it because the movie was really delicious. However, Megamind 2 got released, but contrast to Oppenheimer, the movie was an absolute stinker. DreamWorks really animated this, reviewed it in the studios, and thought in their heads, yeah, this movie is trash, but you ain't scrapping it. Who do you think we are? We're DreamWorks. Everybody will pay to watch our movies, even if it's bad. So we present to you our crash grab. And at the same time, Kung Fu Panda 4 got released, and yet again, DreamWorks fumbled this movie. That's 2 for 2. How you gonna fumble Kung Fu Panda? Huh? You can't keep getting away with this, DreamWorks. The US House has passed a landmark bill that could see TikTok banned in America. If TikTok gets banned in America, that could potentially start a civil war, bruv. The Quiet on Set documentary got released, and it revealed all the horrible things that were going on during Nickelodeon's production. And it also revealed that Dan Schneider, the king of kids television programs, was an absolute creep. I mean, the things that were happening to child actors behind the scenes were absolutely vile. I can't even get into it. And Dan Schneider tried to apologize, but oh my days, it was so painfully scripted. Like, it was an absolute joke. Sam Bankman-Fried, the guy behind one of the biggest financial frauds in US history, gets sentenced to 25 years in prison. Godzilla vs. Kong, The New Empire, the sequel to Godzilla vs. Kong, got released. And all I'll say is that this movie is not better than Godzilla -1. Bandai released Tekken 8, 8 years after Tekken 7. And Tekken 8 is actually pretty nice. Like, the mechanics were good and the story was actually interesting. This game is probably the best fighting game in 2024, followed by Sparkling Zero. The Chick-fil-A girl took over the internet over her weird facial expressions when receiving an order. And to no surprise, the Chick-fil-A managers fired her even though it was a joke. And the Costco guys went viral for expressing their love for everything at Costco. As a British person, this is what I imagine an average American family is like. April 2024, the total solar eclipse occurs, visible in North America for the first time since 2017. Oh my god. It was truly a beautiful event, even though I didn't see it in real life. However, people were foolish enough to actually look at their solar eclipse without eye protection. This is why we should listen to our moms when they tell us not to look at the sun. Discord introduced loot boxes for their April Fool's Day prank. However, they accidentally created one of the biggest YouTube view bots in history, breaking YouTube guidelines and setting a world record for the most video views in 24 hours. O.J. Simpson dies. Two of the biggest pop songs of the year, Chappelle Roan's Good Luck Babe and Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso, were released this month. Which pop song is better? You tell me. And if you want my opinion, it's neither. But Sabrina Carpenter is freaky as hell, I can't even lie to you. Speaking of freaky, Jojo Siwa, a child icon, literally turned into a freaky, edgy and provocative pop star. And the internet didn't hold back one bit. Jojo Siwa released a song with a music video called Karma. And the internet didn't hold back on the clowning, like I said. It gets even worse for Jojo when the internet found out that she never even wrote Karma, but she was making it seem like she did write it. She just bought rights to an existing song and made it her own. WWE's WrestleMania XL takes place in Philly. Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes runs a legendary feud where The Undertaker, John Cena and The Rock make a surprise appearance. The moment John Cena retires, I'm gonna be like, no! Ryan Garcia beats Devin Haney in a boxing match. However, the fight got overturned because it turns out that Ryan Garcia was using performance-enhancing steroids. Taylor Swift released her album, The Tortured Poets Department, selling 2.6 million units first week. The Swifties again showing how strong their love is for Mr. Swift. More brainwash emerges with the TikTok wrist party and what the segment. Also, the teacher ranted about his students is a funny meme that came out of April. J. Cole responds to Kendrick Lamar with his own song, but then he immediately backtracks by taking a song down and apologizing to Kendrick, which will go on to be J. Cole's smartest decision. But Drake, he didn't want to go down without a fight, so he responds with his own diss track called Push-Ups and an AI-generated diss track called Tailor Made Freestyle with an AI Snoop Dogg voiceover. But Kendrick responds with his track Euphoria, and I'm sorry, but this track alone is better than all of Drake's diss tracks combined. But Kendrick ain't done. What will he do? Find out in the next month. May 2024. OpenAI launches ChatGPT-O, continuing the AI boom of the early mid-2020s. AI has had some extreme evolution this year. AI-generated images and videos are again a bit too realistic now, it's actually getting scary. Speaking of AI, Google really added generative AI in search results. No one asked for this feature, just stick to your ChatGPT ripoff Gemini, bro. On a positive note, they found the Backrooms. The original Backrooms was located in Wisconsin and it was a furniture store. Now the Backrooms being found ruins the mystery behind the horror of the Backrooms, but hey, at least they know where this culturally significant image came from. Young Sheldon, the drama spin-off of The Big Bang Theory, came into a conclusion after 7 seasons and 141 episodes. They really killed off Young Sheldon, dog. And if we're on the topic of dying, Kobusu, the dog behind the iconic Doge meme, passed away this month. R.I.P. Doge. We'll never forget you and the impact you had on the world. Billie Eilish released her third studio album, Hit Me Hard and Soft, with her brother Phineas. It sold over 300,000 units first week. It's probably the album that got her to be at one point having the most Spotify monthly listeners on earth. How the heck did she do that? Because she's Billie Eilish. Duh. Donald Trump becomes the first former US president convicted of felony crimes. Now remember when I put you on a cliffhanger on the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake beef? Yeah, sorry about that. Well, the Kendrick Lamar-Drake beef really peaked in May. These men were dropping back-to-back diss tracks on each other like it was literally the highlight of 2024. To summarize the beef in a nutshell, Drake just makes up nonsense as usual and displays his salt dissing The Weeknd and A$AP Rocky. But Kendrick turns into a Joker-level supervillain and absolutely violates him. My favorite part of the beef is definitely the Kendrick Not Like Us song. My man accused Drake of liking cupcakes. He really said trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor. Oh, it's over for you, BBL Drizzy. And more brain rot takes over memes in May with Skibbity Biden and the word aura being ruined by the internet. Bro, we have to leave brain rot in 2024. I'm getting tired of it. How you gonna ruin the word aura? Like, gosh. June 2024, we started off this month by witnessing the clownfest known as the Donald Trump versus Joe Biden presidential debate. This whole debate is basically them roasting each other rather than answering the questions. I love how the US political system is basically two grandpas arguing. Putin visits North Korea for the first time in 24 years. The Hawk Tour interview was released, going on to become the defining meme of 2024. What she said wasn't even remotely funny, yet she still got viral. Well, it doesn't matter, as I can sleep knowing that her 15 minutes of fame ain't gonna last long for her. Justin Timberlake got arrested for driving under the influence, and the best part about it is that the cop who arrested him didn't even know who he was. He got arrested and he was like, "You ruined my world tour, why you do that? Oh, please don't ruin my world tour." And I don't remember if that was the cop's problem, mate. Stop dancing and face the consequences of your crimes. This guy definitely faced the consequences of his crime, as Dr. Disrespect finally clarified why he got banned from Twitch back in 2020. And he admitted that he was Twitch whispering someone who was 18 -4 back in 2017. What a sad day. Dr. Disrespect, a beloved streamer, turned out to be a cupcake lover. Jerry West, the basketball player in the NBA logo, dies at 86 years old. R.I.P. Jerry West. Charlie XCX released her album Brat, inspiring the Brat summer trend and becoming Collins' Word of the Year. Inside 2 releases, becoming the highest grossing animated movie of all time. And this movie was finger licking good special. That's what I'm talking about. The NBA Finals conclude with the Boston Celtics winning it. Apple announces Apple Intelligence, and it's basically a whole lot of AI features integrated into iPhone. I am really deep in how AI is really going to be the future, so be prepared, folks. And I need to ask you a question. What is it? English or Spanish?
No, I speak both. Whoever moves first is gay.
Baby, you got something in your nose. July 2024. We started this month with Donald Trump nearly getting deleted from life while speaking at an open-air campaign rally near Butler, Pennsylvania. This has got to be probably the biggest incident that happened this year. The coldest moment from this incident was when, after he got clipped, he stood up like the Chad he is, and he raised his hand up, insinuating that he would give his life for the American people. Oh my God, that was cold. And also Joe Biden announced that he's going to step down as president of the United States. What a sad day. The 2024 Summer Olympics took place from the 26th of July to 11th of August. The opening of the Olympics was questionable, but we move. So many different countries around the world ended up competing this year, but the country that secured the win was the United States, collecting a whopping 40 gold medals and 126 overall medals. The coldest moments, and I know I keep repeating cold, but you got to hear me out. The coldest moment in the Olympics was when the Turkish brother was shooting in a competition with no gear, just pure skill and talent alone. And he won a silver medal in the process. What a guy. Speaking of sports, the Euros concluded with Spain winning it. And this 16-year-old Lamine Yamal carried the whole Spanish team, no doubt about it. Wimbledon also concludes around July as well, with Carlos Alcaraz defeating whoever this guy is in the finals, winning Wimbledon. She also won Wimbledon in the women's singles. What's her name? Serena Williams? Mr. Beast fired his longtime friend and co-worker Ava Chris Tyson for allegedly speaking inappropriately and liking inappropriate art of people who are 18, -4.
Oh, damn.
Chris Tyson has a kid, by the way. Damn. We really witnessed a predator invasion of 2024, didn't we? Next, more brain rot. Oh my days, I'm tired of reporting about brain rot. Why did it happen so much in 2024? Anyways, the Skibbity Toilet movie was announced. And the worst part is that Michael Bay, the movie guy known for directing the Transformers series, is directing this movie. We are truly living in a world where legendary film directors are now directing TikTok 10-second brain rot. That's how you know our society is cooked. Deadpool and Wolverine got released and it was a box office hit, making over $1 billion. And Despicable Me 4 got released. That's it. August 2024. This month started off with Mr. Beast getting accused of serious allegations by his former employee Dogpack404. He accused Mr. Beast for rigging his videos, promoting gambling to people who are 18-4, conducting illegal lotteries, and more serious allegations that could have ruined Mr. Beast's reputation. These are crazy allegations, but mate, come on. Mate, it's Mr. Beast. He's just too big to be cancelled. Either way, Mr. Beast did an interview with Oompaville and he responds to all the allegations made against him. He basically debunks every claim Dogpack accused him of. People think that is a terrible response and people say that he cleared the air. But this is what I think. This is still not going to stop Mr. Beast from still being the biggest YouTuber on earth. And I don't think anyone can take that away from him. Well, actually, someone potentially could. He is from Portugal. He is the second greatest footballer of all time behind Messi. His biggest glazer is iShowSpeed. His name is Ronaldo. Ronaldo made a YouTube channel and his YouTube channel broke so many records. He reached 1 million subscribers in 90 minutes. He literally received and unboxed his YouTube Gold Play button on the same day when his YouTube channel launched, and within 12 hours after that, he reached 10 million subscribers. Nobody, not even Mr. Beast himself, has achieved this. If that's not motion, then I don't know what is. Mr. Beast really has competition. Kanye West, the guy who made Graduation, released Vultures 2. And I'll tell you the truth, this is his worst album to date.
It already stink!
Even worse than Vultures 1. He really didn't care about what he was cooking. He just cooked it for cooking's sake. You know the album is ass if there are AI generated songs on the album. And you know Miles, out of everyone, officially being in one of the songs of the album. And that's not mean disrespecting you know Miles. Oh, he's the greatest rapper, but you have to deep it. This is the same guy who made timeless masterpieces like Dark Fantasy, The College Dropout, and Graduation. Kanye in 2010 would never allow this nonsense. Why did he not end with Thunder, man? Speaking of ending, the My Hero Academia manga ends, and it was so garbage that the My Hero Academia stands actually turned normal for once. You know what else was trash? The Borderlands movie, which got released in August, by the way. And we finally got this woman telling us how she comes into work looking presentable.
Very demure, very mindful.
This whole month was tragic, wasn't it? But it's definitely very eventful from September going. Now, September 2024 brought us another Donald Trump attempt. However, this time, the attempt was at a golf course in West Palm Beach, Florida. Bro, many men want this man deleted from life. At this point, the 50 Cent song should have been rapped by him. Many men, many men wished upon me, I don't know. Speaking of Donald Trump, he had another presidential debate, but with Kamala Harris. And it was also a contest. Florida got decimated by hurricanes, which made millions of people lose power. Man, I feel bad. I hope they were safe out there. But some people were not safe from this man right here. What rhymes with kitty? Anyone? Okay, fine, it's Diddy. The diddler was arrested in New York City and charged with serious crimes. And we got the word that Diddy had these free costs, which were huge giant erotic parties where he allegedly directed celebrities and adult workers to engage in X-rated performances. The people part of these free costs were said to be unknowingly filmed and blackmailed. Police raided Diddy's mansion and they found crazy videos and over 1,000 bottles of baby oil. What does a man need so much baby oil for? He's a freak. Of course, Diddy denies all charges, but if he's convicted, he is going to prison for a long time. Don't get diddled by the inmates, Diddy. Nicocado Avocado played us all. Nicocado Avocado made a video where he revealed in a villainous tone that the big annoying mukbang YouTuber who was always screaming, crying and blaming everybody was all part of a game and he was conducting a social experiment. Well, what I've learned from that video is that Nicocado is a marketing genius and he's a great violinist. Mr. Beast, KSI and Logan Paul teamed up to make a food product called Lunchly, a derivative of Lunchables. Who cares, right? YouTubers releasing products to make more money ain't nothing new. Well, no, you're wrong, as here's where it starts to get wicked. Launchly is undoubtedly highly processed garbage, but KSI, Mr. Beast and Logan Paul are marketing their product as healthy. See, OG YouTubers like Dan TDM had a problem with that, so he made a tweet criticizing the free on their product. He uses them as an example of why YouTubers has fallen because they're selling crap to kids. And he wasn't wrong, but KSI, of course being KSI, avoids responding to criticism and instead makes a fool of himself by having a meltdown over that one tweet. Bro, KSI, just shut your mouth and put the mode in a Launchly, my guy. The Minecraft movie trailer came out this month. I have low expectations as it's a live action movie, but I hope it doesn't disappoint like how Borderlands and Kung Fu Panda 4 did. Sony announced the PS5 Pro, and why is it this price tag when it's no different to the PS5? Sony are never beating the money hungry allegations, dog. Speaking of the PS5, Astrobot comes out exclusive to the PS5 to coincide with the PlayStation 30th anniversary. Kendrick Lamar announced that he'll be performing at the Super Bowl halftime show, and the Chill Guy wouldn't stop being on my feed. The Chill Guy was created by an artist known as Philip Banks, and this artwork of his has sparked the internet frenzy. Everybody was making edits and memeing this image. It's because of his smirky ass smile, isn't it? October started off with sad news. Liam Payne, former One Direction member, passed away due to him falling from a third-floor balcony of a hotel in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Liam Payne became one of the most recognizable names in pop after appearing on The X Factor and rising to fame with the boy band One Direction in the 2010s. My condolences go to his family, friends, and all his fans who truly loved him. R.I.P. Liam Payne. Florida got demolished by hurricanes again. However, this time it's Hurricane Milton. I hope they are all safe from this tragic occasion. Elon Musk launched his Tesla WeBot event, and this event was a laughingstock. The event was basically Elon Musk unveiling new cars that somehow manages to look weirder than the Cybertrucks, and he reveals AI robots, which ain't as robotic as they seem. His robots are so goofy, it literally looks like one of those Daft Punk members that came straight out of a dollar store. It was a complete disappointment of an event, and since we're on the topic of disappointments, The Joker 2 came out, and Warner Brothers never failed to fail with this movie. Don't bother watching this. You could watch Venom 3 though, as it got released in August. The movie was not the greatest 2024 movie that's worthy of an Oscar, but it's definitely better than the Joker 2 movie, so that's an achievement, I guess. Treyarch are continuing their legendary run with Black Ops by releasing Call of Duty Black Ops 6. And I may be right, as word on the street says that the game is solid with a good campaign, good multiplayer and good zombies. The maps are a downgrade compared to the other Black Ops though. Game Freak announced that they have been hacked as a large chunk of their work has been stolen, including tons of old concept art, game files and scrapped game lore in the Pokemon franchise. The leak revealed dark and questionable lore regarding some Pokemon, like them being PDF files. Even Pokemons can't escape the 2024 Cupcake 18-4 Diddy Party PDF allegations. KSI made a fool of himself again by releasing his worst song to date, Thick of It. From the screen to the ring to the pen to the grave. But on the bright side, Tyler the Creator released his new album Chromacopia, and this album is proof that Tyler the Creator is the greatest single parent child of all time. But it doesn't top ego though. Yeah, I said it, what? Donald Trump actually puts the fries in a bag, bro. What the fuck? This guy is too much, man. The Rizzler and the Costco guys went on Jimmy Fallon. Bro, Jimmy be inviting anyone at this point, dog. November 2024. Now in November, Donald Trump wins the US election over Kamala Harris, so he's going to be the US president for the second time. This changes everything, as when America sneezes, the whole world catches a cold. The Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight finally occurs, and this fight just proves that Jake Paul's only skill is to fight old retired boxers and people who've never boxed. But why Mike Tyson expose his butt cheeks before the fight? What the hell? Marcus Brownlee, my glorious tech YouTuber, got in a scandal after uploading a video showing himself driving 96 miles per hour in a 35 mph zone. He quickly issued an apology and removed that portion from the original video. This is not the first time he has done this. There's even more clips of him getting pulled over for reckless driving. Even the most respected YouTubers get into trouble, so you can't trust all of them. MKBHD struggled to slow down there. Kai Cenat couldn't slow down his work rate as well. Kai Cenat's Mafia Down 2 was a commercial success. It was a subathon which broke the record of having the most all-time Twitch subscribers previously held by Iron Mouse, and it catapulted chaznan to be the most subscribed Twitch streamer with over 700k Twitch subscribers. Mafiathon 2 was crazy. He had guests like Chris Brown, Kevin Hart, Snoop Dogg, SZA, and even a GTA 5 Franklin voice actor. One of chaznan's guests that was not in Mafiathon was Sky Jackson. She announced that she was going to have a baby. Congrats to her. I wonder who the father is. Oh, is a YN who wants nothing to do with her or the child. So the internet clowned her for potentially ruining her career over allowing this guy to get her pregnant. Kendrick Lamar released a surprise album, GNX, and again, this is proof that Kendrick will always hold the title as the greatest poet, lyricist, and GNX lover of all time. However, the Canadian is back again with his BS. He files a lawsuit against UMG and Spotify for allegedly boosting the streams of the Not Like Us diss track by Kendrick Lamar. Drake's own label is under UMG, so he's basically suing the label that owns his label. Drake, you lost the battle, just let it go for God's sake. You're biting the hand that feeds you. You will live to regret that decision. Ariana Grande's movie got released and everyone was concerned about the cast, more specifically the two main stars of the show, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. Why are they having meltdowns every interview? And they, okay, moving on. Arcane Season 2 got released, but I didn't care because Arcane is based out of League of Legends and I don't like League of Legends. Mario and Luigi Brothership got released and Ghostface of the Scream franchise got added to Mortal Kombat. Lastly, Fortnite hosted the Juice WRLD event, similar to the Travis Scott event last year, and it was truly a work of art and shows Epic Games' genius. I loved it, it almost made me cry. It could have been even better if you did not add Ice Spice to it. I ain't hating, I'm just saying. Now we're finally in the month of December 2024 and it starts off with the South Korean president declaring martial law over the country. And if you don't know what martial law is,
What?
then search it. Who do you think I am? Why do you always think that I always got the answers? You got Google on your phone, you lazy guy. The United Healthcare CEO got wiped out from this life. And the suspect, Luigi Mangione, receives a wave of support from the public. Luigi Mangione got caught because the greatest lead on him was CCTV footage capturing him flirting with the receptionist. Typical Italian behavior. Corey Kenshin, after more than a year, finally returns to YouTube. This was because he was working on his new manga. The manga is called Monsters We Make, and the trailer to the manga is actually fire. Hey, somebody give Corey a gold medal. But he just can't keep disappearing like a deadbeat dad like that, dog. We missed your cute ass. No diddy though. And by the time that I'm recording this video, Epic Games really added Skibidi Toilet to Fortnite. Oh my days, I am getting sick of this brain rot thing, man. You know society is finished if brain rot is getting introduced to legendary games like Fortnite. Imagine showing this to a Fortnite Chapter 1 player. Martin Luther King did not have a dream about this. Fortnite Save the World did not die for this. This is treason. At this point, I would not be surprised if the Hawk Tour girl gets added to Fortnite. And speaking of the Hawk Tour girl, she got exposed by CoffeeZilla for being a crypto scammer after she launched her own meme coin and rug pulling the hell out of it. Allegedly, the people dumb enough to put their whole life savings on a Hawk Tour meme coin is a meme within itself. She should have been like, all you gotta do is rug pull to a scam on that thing. And since we're on the topic of crypto, the price of a single Bitcoin has climbed over $100,000 for the first time this month. This is not financial advice, I am only spreading things that happened this year. IShowSpeed wins Streamer of the Year, and Astrobot wins Game of the Year. Mufasa, The Lion King, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 got released, all anticipated sequels, which I am absolutely sure that they won't disappoint. And the new Snow White movie trailer got released. And Squid Game Season 2 also got released. I'm not really a fan of Squid Game, so who cares? And that wraps up all of 2024. Congrats to everyone who made it past 2024, and I hope 2025 is a good and successful year for all of us. Now that being said, watch my last video where I talk about British schools, cause why not?